It's Week 12 of the NFL.
And up next, it's a name everyone will recognize, Marvin Harrison Jr.
He's been a target machine each week, 5th in the league in receptions.
Buckle up. There's football coming your way. Next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offense and defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who has to handle the ball on either side, offense or defense, this...
Here's Cade York to start the ball game. And off we go here on EA Sports. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's into the hands of Jordan Whittington. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Coro. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. Now a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
Anytime you cross the 500-yard threshold in a single game, Mike, you're clearly doing something right. They did not have an answer for him or this offense at all last week, and now it's up to this defense to see if they can cool off this hot arm. The good news, they've had all week to watch and come up with a game plan to take away some of the areas that he had success in last week. To accomplish something like that against this guy, it's going to be a lot easier said than done.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got a man wide open, the tight end, complete. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Back to throw. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Quick throw, taken in. A gain of 11, and it's first and goal.
Big-time pitch and catch there on third down to extend this drive. Feels like they've got to come away with 6. You want to strike first. It'll go a long way in determining how the rest of this game plays out.
This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal.
At the Jaguars 3-yard line.
They'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. This about as short as you can get. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And his guys are out to an early 3-0 lead. So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jaguars offense and running back Blake Corum getting back to work. And as we move into the second half of the season, you can see he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns. On the ground, it's Corum to start the drive. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. To throw is Nix. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. Right side, that's Laporta, the tight end. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Now give to Corum, running right. He'll get about 2. Junior Colson there to make the stop. Third down, 3 to go. Nix from the gun on third down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
On fourth down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready for their second possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down. A carry here for Wright. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
What that play call tells me is that play caller made up his mind. We're on 3rd and inches. If we don't get it, we're going for it on 4th down. So he really treated that 3rd down like 2nd down. They work the outside part of the field. Simple pitch and catch. It's a nice pickup.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the zone read, it's a give to Wright. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. That's Charvarius Ward, able to make the play. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's 3rd and 2. Back on the ground and back to Wright.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field. This one from 39 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And his guys, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Corum. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Complete to Brian Thomas. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Jaguars.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throw it. Nix. Catch made right side by Thomas. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
A gain of 14.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Nick snap on 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
So after one, 6-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throwing is Nix. That's a short one caught by Laporta.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to throw is Nix. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. 2nd down. Nix. Adds to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. Now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal. They'll run. Here's Corum. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Blake Corum. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That gives him 14 touchdowns for the year. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Our home team, 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And as we move into the second half of the season, he continues to put up the big numbers. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. His throw left side is complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
The tight end Moore in motion. Quick throw, taken in, and they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like He'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
That's good for another first down and goal to go.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it to the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little
in trouble, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
York's kick is good. And his guys move out front. It's 9-7.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Jags offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Now a run with Cora. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Junior Colson there to make the stop. On 2nd down, it's Nix. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Thomas. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Blake Cora out of the backfield. And it'll be 3rd down. They'll try to run it here with Cora. It's a gain of 12 there. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Here comes Cora. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. And the Jaguars are going to have themselves a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 7-yard line. To throw is Nix. To the left side, caught by Lamb.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get...
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Blake Corum. Touchdown, Jaguars. So that is 2 touchdowns in this game, and now 15 for the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Makes the score Jaguars 14. Our home team.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. A give here to Wright. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Run again with Wright. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll throw out of the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he is very close to the 1st down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. We're about ready now for the punt. That'll be returnable from the 35. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Quick throw here on the RPO, caught by Thomas. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll go play action with Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
That's taken in by Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Here's a handoff to Corum running left. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Nix to throw. He will find Thomas. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That'll be intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Jaguars offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
The throw on the run is complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Right back to Thomas. He's got it again. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their 2nd. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the 1st half clock. A 1st down throw for Nix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing. Nix. That's into the hands of Cora. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Play action now. It's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble 2nd reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The 1st half has come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. for now. Plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. It was a strong first half for the former Michigan man, running back Blake Corum. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
Coach, thank you, and the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic, currently second in the NFL at this point in the season. On the give, it's right. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. 17 yards, the gain there. And that will be a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and long.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 13.
Back to throw. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 30-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll look underneath here and find right. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down. They'll run out of the gun with Wright. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Here comes a return from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Once again, it's Corum. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Head up. This is right. You'll get this to about midfield. It was Terrion Arnold there to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 6. The tight end Moore in motion. On 2nd down, here's Wright. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. We're all set to kick this one away. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Corum. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stay on the ground with Corum.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
They'll throw. It's Nix. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So now this team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. 10 catches is now in the game. They've gone his way early and often. That one for a first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. That is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard. What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Jaguars will extend this 3rd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. This team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll run with Wright. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
This is caught down that right sideline. 17 yards on that play. That's enough for a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Tight end on the move left. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? He's got his man. It's Harrison. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
A shotgun handoff to Wright. He'll work forward, a short gain to the 25. That's Charvarius Ward, able to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the Jaguars' 25-yard line.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Brian Thomas now and the Jaguars offense getting set for their next possession. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. This one, he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's picked up by one of his teammates. They try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Nix. To the left side, caught by Lamb.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Nice change of pace there on the back end, Mike. They brought dime defense, which means they have 6 defensive backs. That's a lot of guys back there defending this passing game, and when the quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball, he tends to hold it longer than his offensive line could protect for, and he goes down for the sack.
Here comes a return. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Harrison. That one good for a dozen and a very quick 1st down. They'll look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now, faking the give. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 3rd down, 3 to go. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Back to the air one more time. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll go left side here and complete this one. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now, this looks like a design run, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing now from the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. So a pressure kick here for Cade York. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. In motion, Lamb. This one complete right side.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too
Still
far,
first down.
and it draws the flag. Working out of the gun, it's Nix.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Nix from the gun on third down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. First and 10. The tight end Moore in motion. On first down, a run for right. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Back on the ground and back to right. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Back to throw. Pass complete there to Harrison. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 35.
On the ground. This is right. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
A carry here for Wright. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
They'll stay on the ground. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. Second down. Now this time they'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. He'll look to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown. Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll look to throw again. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one on target to Moore. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Well, we try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by their rookie second-rounder. And the Jaguars will take over at their own 14-yard line.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 9. In motion, Lamb. They'll throw. It's Nix. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that third down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They come up for 2nd and 2.
At the 32-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, a big third down. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Now this offense can use the first of their timeouts. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. Open man, right side. He's got it. A gain of 16 yards. And that will be a 1st down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Back to the air one more time. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game, but the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
The Jaguars offense ready to take over once again. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. We're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.